Ooh, sorry.
I mean, we can
Please
start
tell
from
me you
there.
didn't record.
Hi everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I'm Enzo, this is our forever co-chum. And yeah, sometimes we have perfect introductions, sometimes we have wacky ones, I guess. But yeah, we're doing Princess Mononoke for this round. The last entry for this animation week, and like we're jumping universes. And like it was kind of a coin toss between this, because Hercules and this came out in '97, so we're like, which one do you want? And it's the one by Hayao Miyazaki, obviously.
Can I say this is better than Hercules?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I would say yeah, it is better than Hercules.
Yeah.
Besides that one song of Hercules that Meg sings. Okay, yeah, that's one thing. No female character in Mononoke has made me feel a certain way, the way that Meg did.
Yeah.
But still, this is a really good movie.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this, but this is my first Miyazaki movie, or Studio Ghibli movie in general. So I started off pretty well, and then like when I watched the other things of like, I went from this to like Totoro. So I'm like, oh, he does other things too. Okay, not just big epics that are gory and shit. Like, oh, okay, that's fine.
I wish he did more though. Besides Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the other option of like.
No, but like, just imagine if it was like wartime kind of movie but it's Hayao Miyazaki, but it's focused on war, not the mystical magical side of like
Whatever kingdom
forest
this is.
spirit.
Yeah.
No, there's just war politics and shit like that. Just imagine how badass that would be.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure he can do it, but like we've seen his work on like this, and of course Grave of the Fireflies, which are like, oh, this is more what do you call that? Serious or like more grounded animes of like this, and Grave of the Fireflies being like the most grounded and like gritty anime he's ever made. Of like, oh, I'm just sad all the time after it. But yeah, how did you get into Princess Mononoke? Was this your first, second Miyazaki thing?
No. My first Hayao Miyazaki film was House Moving. No, Spirited Away, then House Moving Castle. House Moving Castle being my favorite. But then like you did mention, you mentioned this movie. I was like, Princess Mononoke. I haven't tried that one yet, and it is one of the ones that like people don't really talk about all that much. When it comes to Hayao Miyazaki films, it's a very popular movie, but when it comes to the spectrum of like Hayao Miyazaki films, people will mostly lean towards Totoro, Spirited Away, House Moving Castle, or Nazca. They never talk about Grave of the Fireflies and Princess Mononoke. But anyway. So I got introduced to it because of you, because I was like, I want to know what you're talking about. And I watched it, I was like, what? Hayao Miyazaki makes films like this? By the way, this is my, like, before I watched Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect Hayao Miyazaki to pull through with a guy shooting an arrow and pretty much clipping somebody's head off.
I mean, just the opening gets me, or was what hooked me. Of like, oh, this is not like kid-friendly stuff. This is serious stuff. Of like, you see, how do you say his name? Ashitaka just fight this demon, and like it's underneath this thing is a board, just like screaming bloody murder, and you're like, it's either the thing is a demon itself or the thing's being controlled by a demon, and you find out like, oh, it became a demon, and curses him with like its own on his arm, and it has this, what do you call it, bloated arm of like, oh, I'm cursed and I'm destined to die slowly unless I go to the forest spirit and somehow through a miracle get healed.
Yeah. And like he gets exiled by his village because I don't know why. They're like, hey, you can go on your journey to fix yourself. Sadly, you can't come back. And he's like,
sure.
Ciao. Yeah, bye.
But just Oh, go on.
Uh, no, not about the USB guard.
I was about to say, like, just him riding through like the journey. You see like the watercolor, and you're like, I kind of miss 2D animation. This is one of the reasons why, because like him just going through his journey, and you see like the landscape. You're like, that is fucking gorgeous. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like it looks like Hokusai or Hakusai paintings. If you don't know who Hakusai is, he's the one who like does the watercolor Mount Fuji, paintings that you see. But it looks like that, and it's like I love it.
Yeah.
And then we get like the village scene where we see like a whole village just get ransacked.
Yeah.
And it's our first time seeing like a dude get his arm chopped off by a rogue samurai.
Yeah. And like you see Ashitaka stop this one guy with like his OP arm, and then the guy has no more arms. You're like, oh shit!
Like he's about to like strike down this like lady.
Yeah.
And then like he shoots his arrow on the sword, but there was so much force that it pulled the man's arms off. I was like, what? That is so fucking cool. Just imagine him just bodying everybody in that village. It's like, so cool.
And like other samurais chase after him, and he just literally headshots the man's head off. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I love how it's not that gory.
Yeah.
You know how, like in other animes, it would like do that, that
spray.
Yeah, like the samurai movie spray.
Yeah.
The Kurosawa spray, like it'll go.
Yeah.
No, here it's just clean. You just see a body without a head. Man's head's just gone, and then you just see it moving, and you're just like, that is so fucking cool.
And then Ashitaka is guided by Jigo to go to Irontown, who's headed by Lady Eboshi. And like you get her introduction of her being attacked, her and her crew being attacked by the giant wolves. And they're like, oh, what's so terrifying about these wolves? And you see the size of them, and you see Moro just bodying the what do you call this? Bison or bulls, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like the ox.
The ox.
Just one of the oxes. I wanted to mention, like, one thing I like that when it comes to Hayao Miyazaki is the minute, unnecessary details of action or item for them to do, but they do it, and then it's hints of details about the world that I really like. Like how Ashitaka, when he would tell his elk friend or his like deer horse thing to run and it doesn't move, so he shoots an arrow beside it to alert it to like, hey, fucking move.
Yeah.
Or Lady Eboshi's like when she's about to fire a gun or one of the rifles, somebody pulls up an umbrella to cover it so it doesn't get wet. I'm like,
yeah.
That is so fucking good. And like Ashitaka, like pulling a body out of the water, he has nowhere else to put this bow and arrow, so he puts it around his neck, which is very weird, and you don't see that in like other movies where they usually just put it around the whole body.
Yeah.
You should. Now here it's just around his neck because it's the most convenient area at the moment.
Yeah.
Little details of action, it's just so fucking good. I appreciate Jaime's. You're an asshole, but like I appreciate the minute details.
Yeah.
And I'd say it how it is. I separate the art from the artist. You could be a piece of shit, but hey, your work is great.
How ironic. Again, that shot of just San turning around with face full of blood, looking at Ashitaka, and you're like, oh fuck, I think I'm really gonna like this movie.
Yeah.
And then as Ashitaka's bringing them, they find the forest spirit, the forest god, and it's like this. For a while, it gave me creeps of like, that's a creepy looking face. But as it goes normal-ish, you're still like, no, I'm still creeped out. Sorry.
I really thought I was the only fucking person who was like, look.
No.
Like, it's supposed to be a forest god, where when the guy mentions it too, he's like, it's going to alert the forest god to us, or a creature that is a deer with a human face. I was like, how creepy would that be? And we see it, I'm like,
oh god. Jesus
fuck.
Christ.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
And then they make it, after that encounter, they make it to Iron Town with Lady Eboshi, and like through their conversations, like, oh, we're the ones who shot Nago with the bullet. That's why he went more batshit than he already was, and that's why
Yeah.
he cursed all of them while as he was dying. And like again through the conversations, you're like, oh, I see what the message is. It's
Yeah, industrialism, progression, but at a cost
of nature.
of nature.
Striking back. If like you remove all the trees, it's suddenly 10 times hotter than it should be, and there's landslides.
Yeah, but all in Lady Urboshi's mind is, hey, as long as we are the most powerful kingdom,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like we
or
got
like the
guns,
most strongest
bitches.
city, yeah, we got guns. I don't like Lady Urboshi's character. She is very, depth as a character.
Yeah.
Like there is depth when it comes to her character, where she would hire like prostitutes from brothels to work for her, giving them better pay, having a little bit more dignity than being used by men, which is great.
Gets the lepers to work on the muskets.
Yeah, like giving lepers a job, seeing them as human instead of just monsters,
Yeah.
and like giving everybody a little hint of respect. And usually around that era, if you're rich, you could just treat anybody like shit.
Yeah. And that's why how she earns their loyalty of her men, the women, and the lepers she brings in. Like when Ashitaka's arms just goes batshit, and they're like, please don't. She's the only one who takes care of us. Please.
Yeah, like everybody's willing to just fucking go to town on somebody who's going to either hurt Lady Uboshi.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Mother Base.
Yeah.
Like with her as big boss. I'm like, that's cool.
She just doesn't, flip the soldiers for fun. Of like, maybe I can beat this one up for fun. Jeez. And it's still salute.
I mean, I was a good. Also, hey, flipping a soldier is morale.
But I do like the fight between Lady Eboshi and San when she gets in striking range, and Lady Eboshi has like a hidden sword and a dagger. To be like, ha, I have 2 weapons, bitch, and they go at it. And there's the rest of the people are like, I hope Lady Eboshi wins. She has to win. We have to help her.
Yeah, I also like that. There's that one girl character who's like the wife of the injured soldier,
Yeah.
or ox rider. She has like a New Yorker accent. I was like, what the fuck is this about?
You know what? Before we go on, like, the English dub isn't bad. There's like,
I watched it English dub because I was too lazy to read, and I really like it. The English dub is great, except for Ashitaka is a little bit bottom.
yeah, like, I forgot, yeah, Billy Crow, Dr. Manhattan. You're like, could have been better. But like, Keith,
Really?
yeah,
That was him?
yeah,
What?
and fucking Keith David as Lord Otako, the white boy. You're like, oh, that's perfect casting, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like Ashitaka is like holding him back, and then he just knocks down Lady Eboshi, and everyone's like, "What the fuck did you do?" Oh, she's alive. Okay.
Yeah, but I love it that hey, Lady Uboshi was like, oh, okay, if you really love her that much, why don't I just fucking cut off your own arm? I'm like, okay.
All right. Lady
I was like,
Eboshi doesn't play around.
Alright, yeah, that's one thing. I like Lady Uboshi because she doesn't play around. I don't agree with her ideals,
Yeah.
like, take down the forest, be the most powerful kingdom. But when she's business, she means business. Like,
Yeah.
and like those people who fell off at the beginning of when we first meet her, she's like, they're already dead. We gotta keep moving
Yeah.
to keep the alive ones safe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
No nonsense character. I do like the beginnings of the chemistry between Ashitaka and San when he's like, "Oh, you're so pretty," and she's like, "Maybe I shouldn't kill you. All right, come here. I'll even bring your dear friend." And the dear friend's like, "Those are fucking wolves, man. I don't trust
fuck
them."
that shit. One was like, can I eat that one? No, but what I love is like, right, she was like bringing them out. She pushes the gate.
Yeah.
Everybody like kind of has a sense of respect for Ashitaka. They're like, hey man, we like you. Thank you for bringing home some of our men home, but we can't let you out.
Yeah.
And he just pushes it himself with his arm.
After
And that
being
shit was
like
badass.
shot by
Shot
yeah.
one of the wives. I'm like, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
As soon as like he faints, one of the wolves just went at him and started like trying to rip his head off, which made me laugh so fucking hard.
It's like, oh shit, starts beating him. Like, oh,
And I
okay.
love how like Mononoke, the princess, was like, wait. So fucking funny.
Even the monkeys wanted a piece of him. Like, if he eats his flesh, who will be equal? Like, what the fuck?
By the way, the monkey spirits. Those are nightmare fuel. By the way, yeah. If you're a kid and you want to watch a Studio Ghibli movie,
Don't start
not
here.
this. Don't start here.
And then
This is nightmare fuel from the boars, from the curses, from the monkeys.
And you see the monkeys in broad daylight. You're like, they look pretty fucking normal. I don't understand the nighttime look.
But at night, they're like this terrifying, slender man-looking thing.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
Why do they sound like that? I remember when
the way they talk to him, I was like,
remember when we first met Moro and she's charging. You're like, that's a big ass wolf, and it pans to her face. Like, oh god, that's a terrifying wolf. We're like, wolves in general are like already big as it is, but these are like amped up wolves. You're like, Jesus fuck.
yeah.
And then they bring Ashitaka to the lake to heal, and then Moro's like, alright, I guess we're helping a human now. I guess it's the way it goes. And then the rest of the boars are like, wait a minute. Because this forest spirit healed him. And they're like outraged, like, why didn't they help Nago then? What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
We're creatures of the animals, we're already becoming stupid as it is. Why didn't he help us?
Yeah, that is also an odd lore-esque thing that they add, is that the more forests that they destroy, the less intelligent the creatures are.
Yeah.
Which meant, like, back in the day, every creature was intelligent until you took their home away.
Yeah.
Thus making them feral kind of deal. And I like that. Really do.
Yeah.
Puts more depth into their world.
Yeah, again, like, I just love Keith David's voice as Lord Otako. When he's like, can you help me? Can you answer these questions? And he's just like, the next time I see you, I will have to kill you. You're like, boy, you better listen to the Lord Otako, because he means
you
he says.
Yeah, don't fuck with this one. Even though he is black.
Yeah.
I also do love that character, the hunter.
Jigo?
Yeah. Dude's fun. Like, I like this character a lot.
And then as war is about to come between the forest animals and Irontown, like, Ashitaka to ask Moro, like, why can't we just get along together? Why can't we just live in peace? And Moro's like, you're an idiot. You've been damaging our land for years, and suddenly now you want peace? Piece of shit.
I agree. Like, yes, we all want to just stop fighting and just meet at equal footing, but like, no, like we can't agree on anything. It's in our nature, sadly.
And you see how much Moro hates the humans because he sees like Ashitaka's arms, like, oh, it's a curse still bothering you. Fucking jump. You're like, okay.
Yeah, like fucking kill yourself. If it bothers you that much, just fucking kill yourself. I was like, fuck. Again, kids movie. It's not.
No. And he's like, but I have feelings for Sun, and Mars is like, shut the fuck up. How dare you?
How dare you say that to my daughter?
Yeah, my ugly and beautiful daughter. Like, oh, at least Maro's self-aware. Cool. Maro herself is dying because she has like a bullet in her too, like a poison bullet.
Yeah.
So the clock's running out.
No, it's not poison. I think it's just how a bullet works. Yeah, like just keep it in there. It's gonna kill you eventually.
And then, speaking of bullets, like you see Lady Boshi battle against the samurai who are trying to take Irontown, and you see them catch on fire and just collapse by the side. You're like, Jesus Christ, what kind of muscles do you have?
Lady Boshi just has the rifle. And like when she fires it, you just see like a samurai guy like charge and just loses. Man loses it all in one shot.
At the same time, Lord Otako has to charge this one last desperate charge to reclaim the forest, and like you learn later on that all goes to shit because Jigo's men had landmines and self-improvised grenades. Or like again, as you said, kids movie. This is not. You see boars go flying on the side of the mountains, being splattered, being killed by debris. You're like, fuck. Kind of kid twisted animated movie this is. It's beautiful to see. They're great lessons, but Jesus fucking Christ, it goes hard. It's like the boys level of gore and blood almost. Not to that extent, but like it's still pretty bloody.
Yeah. They don't shy away from like the darker side, which I don't like. Cause there's a lot of movies that kind of glorify it and being like, "Hey, we're warriors," kind of thing. Or here it's like it's horrible. We're trying to stop it, but people want to have it.
Yeah, and like because of the distraction of the boars, like Lady Eboshi doesn't know that the samurai are attacking Iron Town, and then they tell Ashitaka like, "Can you please get Lady Eboshi? We need reinforcements." It's like, "All right, I'm gonna get her. I try to stop her from killing the forest god." You're like, "Oh,
yes," but they do kill it in the most weirdest way too.
Before that, you see
like,
Lord Otako just crawling with like his bowels almost gone. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit was. It wasn't easy to watch.
No.
Like, I'm also grossed out by the curse. Like, there's like it's like worms.
Yeah. So he's just bleeding out while Jigo's men are just like, all right, boss, we got you covered. And he's like, my man, let's go. And he starts vomiting stuff through. Like, what the fuck is this? Why?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, when they killed the forest spirit, I love how just instant it is for them to just die when they got touched by like the ooze.
Yeah. Yeah. Before that, it also just seals the deal with Lord Otako with a kiss. You're like, oh, at least he goes kind of peacefully.
Kinda.
Yeah. But the first shot, the doop, and then it just leans forward. You're like, oh, is it not dead?
Yeah, it was the second shot that actually did it. Well,
Yes.
it's like mid-transformation.
Yeah. And then it gets angry and just starts killing everything. You're like, you know what? I get that. Fuck everything.
Yeah, and I don't know what was going through Lady Oboshi's mind when she was like, "Oh, I think this is too much for us to take." Like that never went through her mind. Where you're like, "I think I fucked us up." Like I fucked up.
She didn't understand.
But no,
like,
they were like, "Let's get ahead and let's get the fuck out of here."
yeah. But Moro gets the last laugh because her head detaches and bites off Lady Oboshi's arm. You're like, how do you do that?
I guess it's a thing with wolves.
I guess. But yeah, Lady Eboshi is not like, but if I kill the forest god, does the forest just get angry and then kill
right?
everything?
Like you see how easily it kills your men. Like would you be like, give its head back?
It's like maybe if it has its head back, it will like us again. And it starts killing everything, and then Ashitaka and San have to give chase to Jigo, who's like, he himself is not like, maybe if I put this back, it won't kill everyone on this island.
Yeah, because like Jiga seems like he's a competent / smart person, but at that point I'm like, really? Really? Just to say you killed a god, you're willing to unleash that thing
Right?
onto everybody else?
And then even by the end, he's like, I guess I'll give it back. Like, you guess? Jesus Christ, man, everybody's gonna die. And then as they're giving it back, you see like the demon spirits like infect San and Ashitaka, and you're like, how the fuck does this movie end? Does it just end with them just like embracing, like, I guess we're dead?
Yeah, I mean, well, it seems very Hayao Miyazaki if it did.
Yeah. But no, it ends happily, and it ties in a very nice bow where everything's getting back to life and you see everything healing. And then in Iron Town, Lady Bosch is like, I guess we can live peacefully. Rick, really? After all you went through?
Here's the thing, I think I've said this before in our other Hayao Miyazaki films, is that he sucks at making endings.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now. And the only ending I would say it was kinda good and fulfilling was Porco Rosso. Yes, I know everybody doesn't like that movie, but I love it. And it was the only one with a solid fucking ending.
Yeah, it's like even Miyazaki's like, how do I end this? I tied myself
Right?
into a corner.
Same thing with Spirited Away, where they're like, oh, my parents aren't here. And they're like, yeah, you're right. How'd you know that?
Like, ah.
Okay. And here is like, oh, okay, fixed. All right, hey, we love each other, but we can't be with each other. But we can meet halfway. You're part of the forest. I'm part of Irontown. I don't know why Ashitaka chose to be part of Irontown, but
Yeah.
okay.
After being shot, and like they're like, ah, we don't really like Ashitaka. You have our respect, but like you knocked out Lady Eboshi, and we can't have that. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He can't go back to his tribe either.
I like Ashitaka as a warrior, but I don't get him as a character.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why did you choose to be part of Irontown? You didn't give us a solid reason.
Yeah. Like, why didn't you just live with San? You obviously like San. Just live with
Yeah,
her.
like, you were clearly on the side of the forest. You go to the forest. But okay, I get it. He is the bridge to humans and nature
Yeah.
kind of deal, but it didn't translate so well.
Yeah, like, even though how much the score distracts you of like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. It's like, here's some nice, beautiful music. Oh, look, it's a forest thing that goes. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. But that is my grab when it comes to Hayao Miyazaki films. The endings are very abrupt
yeah.
and kind of like, why? Why did we come to this conclusion? You didn't explain.
Yeah, it's like going on a nice road trip and suddenly the driver just slams on the brakes and you're like, what happened? I
And
don't
like, we're
understand.
here. I'm like, we are 5 blocks away.
What is define here? The ending. Okay. I see it. Don't know how to get to it or how you got to that conclusion, but sure.
Right? And I'm like, I don't know. That is my only gripe with this movie. This movie was great. The journey is great. But then the ending is so abrupt. Kind of the same situation when it comes to Kubo and the Two Strings. I don't know how they came to this conclusion. Okay, no, I can't say that about Kubo. We clearly know how he got to that conclusion. It was just lackluster. Here, it's just, it wasn't explained.
Yeah.
They just like, all right, it's tied. I was like, how did you tie it?
No, there's another Miyazaki movie whose ending does make sense, and that's Grave of the Fireflies.
Fireflies.
We're just like, I get it.
Yeah, like, just die already. Life is horrible. Just fucking die already.
Like, he told us he died in the beginning, just please reach the conclusion. I can't take this movie no more.
But yeah, it's still a good movie. I can see why it's a lot of people's favorites, and it's up there for me as well. Like, it is one of my favorite Hayao Miyazaki movies. Sadly, the ending is just kind of alright.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, you know, when a plane's landing and suddenly one of the landing gears just goes back into the plane. You're like, huh? Oh no, the plane just skids off the runway. I'm like, oh, that was terrifying.
Man, I think we're going ham on the analogies here.
Yeah,
That's not making sense anymore.
Like, this movie's ending. Anyway,
Exactly.
Despite the ending, what would you rate Princess Mononoke?
I would rate Princess Mononoke at 8.5 out of 10. It is a great movie, but again, the ending for me is just so abrupt and just like, why did we come to this? Okay, I feel like that's unfair. I give it a 9. It is still a great ride. And it's one of the Hayao Miyazaki films where you're like, whoa, I didn't know that they could do that, or they're allowed to do that. It's not a kid's movie. It has a lot of deeper meaning. The voice acting is great. Some were a little bit dry. Ashitaka's voice actor, he's a great actor, but sadly underperforms as Ashitaka. Everybody else did a great job.
Yeah.
The guy who voices Jake from Adventure Time's here. He's like the second in command.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But the story's great. The message is there. Ending's a little lackluster. But other than that, it is a pretty good movie.
Okay.
The journey itself overshadowed the ending. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Even though we shat on the ending so much and gave it like a shit ton of analogies, I'm still giving it a 9 out of 10. It's a good fucking movie, okay?
I mean, it's not our fault. Miyazaki doesn't know how to end the movie. But you know what? I'll also give this a 9. It's a pretty damn good movie, and it's one of the best. Because if you just say it's one of the best animated movies, I feel like you're just putting it in a box. I'll say it's one of the best movies of all time. Like, it's up there with like other classics too. You have a face of like, really?
I was like, greatest of all time? I kind of disagree. I would say Spirited Away kind of takes the cake a lot one when it comes to Hayao Miyazaki films.
Okay.
But that's my opinion.
That's fine.
If you like this more than the others, completely fine. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, great stunning animation, great characters. Like, you don't get a lot about Ashitaka, like his background, like how did you become a prince? Like how Princess Mononoke became the established, oh, you're the princess of the forest. But other than that, you're like, okay, these are characters meeting at this point, trying to solve their problems and finding a solution of like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't fight. Maybe we can all live peacefully. Let's not take on gods anymore. And as I said, also like the score is pretty cool. Like I have the score on Spotify because it is a pretty beautiful thing to listen to. It's like the Final Fantasy VII score. Like I can listen to this all day and never tire of it. But yeah, both 9s out of 10s, and we already gave all our analogies about the ending, but that's about it.
Yeah.
To the audience watching, what's your favorite Miyazaki movie or even your favorite Studio Ghibli movie? Please comment down below.
Land of Earthsea. Tales of Earthsea. Sorry, I fucked up.
It's like, is that the new one? You know, he has a new one coming out in July, but they're like, we will not release any trailer. We'll just, I guess they'll just dump in theaters. Like, hey, it's Miyazaki. Check it out.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, if you want to see more of us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified to when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments, Spotify to hear us on the go. In the video, you can find me at Gandalfus1995 on Twitter. How about you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnGOM_ on Instagram. It is my
And for the next lineup, we shall go to space. So enjoy that. But until then, bye everybody.
We are?
Kind of.